You are listening to the Postcast, presented by the Locked On Senators podcast and the Glebe Central Pub. Make sure you check out the Glebe Central Pub, right in the heart of the Glebe. Great food, awesome drinks, the atmosphere to match. The Senator Shuttle, only $17 to and from the CTC. We've got the wheels on the bus going round and round as we speak. Sue gets you there and back all in one piece, so go check them out at the Glebe Central Pub. I'm Ross Levitan alongside Brandon Piller after a 5-3 Ottawa Senators loss to the Arizona Coyotes, and I could not come up with a clever title, anything like that. Simply, the Ottawa Senators just allowed the Coyotes to snap a 14-game winless streak. Pillsy, how'd you see this one unfold?
I mean, it started off just terrible. Ross, I believe you tweeted out the season is over. Should have added again to the end of that because this is just another rock bottom feeling. But there was a large part of me that believed the Ottawa Senators were going to flip the script, Ross. Last time these two teams played, the Sens got up 3-0. Ultimately, the Yotes came back and won 4-3. I thought, okay, this is going to be the hockey gods allowing the Sens to flip this over. The Sens will be down 3-0, but they'll storm back all the way and win 4-3. I really believe that. And like you tweeted out, live betting on the Sens, I was all over that as well. And it felt like this could happen. But ultimately, I feel like, Ross, they let their frustrations and emotions get the better of them a little bit. A lot of missed calls. We don't talk about the refs on this show. However, it wasn't a great officiated game. Even Jacques Martin, who is usually very tight-lipped about that kind of thing, had something to say after the game, rightfully so. And you look at guys like Timmy with a massive, massive bump on his face. Brady, unfortunately, leaving the game to the dressing room. Like, this was a battle that it just seemed like, unfortunately, the Ottawa Senators weren't able to stick through to the end.
No, they weren't able to even get through the first period, Pilsy. Like, yeah, they made it 3-1.
But they stormed back pretty impressively there. That second period was great.
Sure. But even still, you can't keep going down 3-0 and then expect to come back.
I mean, they always go down 1-0. Like, that's been a consistent trend for the last month.
Well, no, I got the stat right here. Ottawa gave up the first goal of the game in 4 straight and 11 of 13. And then when they gave up the second, it was actually their 4th straight game that they went down 2-0 as well.
Oh my God, wow.
Can't keep doing that. Can't.
Yeah.
And then you're just fighting an uphill battle. And yeah, they tied the game. And it really didn't matter at all. It really didn't.
No, and it's so tough, Ross, because you got guys like O'Brien, McBain, like these total scrubs that are just giving it to the Sens, and the Sens are saying, like Mike Johnson was saying on the broadcast, Brady said on the bench, settle down, like calm, like he's kind of like big timing them. But ultimately, they get the last laugh as they win 5-3 here. And they snap a 14-game losing streak. Like, this is just so embarrassing to be an Ottawa Senators fan and have every single team in the league seemingly just take an automatic 2 points. The Yotes are doing their Canadian tour. It seems like every other team, including the Montreal Canadiens, is able to beat them. And this is them with their goalie with worse stats on the second half of back-to-back on the road. And the Sens can't even take advantage. Pathetic.
Yeah, second period was better, but again, it's almost like the story of the season where once all the pressure's off, once it all is already crashed and burned, then the Senators come out firing and looking like the team we thought they were already. But instead, it's too little, too late once again for the Senators. And yeah, they showed some fight. If I was a fan of, I don't know, the Columbus Blue Jackets, naming another team that wasn't involved tonight, this would have been a great way to spend a Friday night. It was entertaining. There was bad blood. There was big hits. But at the end of the day, when you're an Ottawa Senators fan and you're starting the 4-game road trip out west, out after Philly, they go out to California where they're 0-11-0. And it's like, I think the chat says it best. Like, at this point, I mean, it's a matter of the trade deadline more than anything. Like, wins and losses are completely irrelevant right now. And I told you this morning, Pills, I'd be happy either way. And this to me, like, symbolizes.
Are you happy?
I'm not happy, but I think that it's come to bring me to a level of acceptance that the Ottawa Senators are a flat out bad hockey team.
they just lost to a team on a 14-game losing streak, a team that didn't win an entire month of hockey. And
January 22nd was their last win.
it was a leap year. They had an extra day in February, and they still couldn't get it done. Ross,
Four wins since Ottawa last played them in Arizona in a span of what did we say today on the show? 23 games, I believe. So 24 tonight.
yeah,
The amount, and they showed in the hallway cam, the TSN hallway cam, and it looked like they had just won a playoff series.
Yeah.
The elation on these kids' faces. Sick.
But you know what? Like, hat tip to them. They deserve that joy. They come into Ottawa and they beat them. And I can't share any bit of happiness, Ross. I know it helps the tank. I know this season's over, but once in a while you gotta sprinkle in some morale victories, especially at home.
Oh, so you want to talk morale? They got nothing. Not only that, Bills, we didn't even touch on the fact that the captain, Brady Tkachuk, definitely got injured earlier on in the period and tried to tough it out. He had to go with 4 minutes left. And then after the empty netter goes in, Thomas Chabot walks off the bench, which you know that he had a maintenance day yesterday. It's not good.
Well,
this team is
Ross,
beat up, broken, bruised. Use your adjective of
battered.
choice, but it ain't good.
Yeah, it's serious with Brady too. That was a 1-goal game with a couple minutes left. Brady's not coming out of that game, and he's not letting the trainer take him out of that game if he's not seriously hurt. So we just got the Josh Norris news. That's tough. If there's Brady Tkachuk news that he's going to be injured for a while, I don't know how this team is even gonna be able to like hold their head high going into games. Like, it just seems right now that this is a fragile team that just got knocked down even more. If anyone in the chat was at the game, the end of the first period sounded like boos were raining down. You could hear it on TV, and I was like, that's the correct response by the people at the CTC, because that was a pathetic first period, and I hope the players caught on to that, and it seems like they did, Ross, because after that intermission, they really turned things around. But it's tough for me to even get excited about that, because like you mentioned, it was a waste of time, and this is a pathetic loss.
This team's so bad, they're ruining our stat with Shane Pinto points, because he had an assist and a goal in this game, and the Senators fell. So now they're 35-7-5 and 0-2-0 in the last 2 games when Shane Pinto gets on the score sheet. Heck, his line was solid tonight. I also loved what I saw out of Timmy's line.
Timmy and Batherson were exceptional tonight.
And G had a burn his bee in his bonnet, if that's how you say it proper. He was all over the place early with the refs, and somebody was going after his veneers. Stay away from that smile. Come on.
Yeah, but Ross, I think G let the emotions get the better of him this game. I didn't think it was his best game. I thought Timmy and Batherson played a lot better, but he still had I'm not about to put him down too bad in this game, though.
Yeah. I almost just want to get to Sen Central standouts, because I feel like we just had both. But first, we should talk. And again, 5-3 loss to Arizona. Like, I don't think this game deserves to go goal by goal. I just want to take my notes, crumple it all up, yell Kobe, and try to shoot it into a garbage can at the other side of my room. I don't want to see this game. And I'm going to say something I said on Monday. The best part about this game is they play again tomorrow.
Yeah, but if you can't beat the Yotes on the second half of a back-to-back, like, I don't know. It's so tough, Ross, because I feel like I've been in this mindset before. I think I said the exact same things when they lost to the Ducks. If you can't beat the Ducks, who are you going to beat? And it just seems like the only teams this Ottawa Senators team beats is contenders that they're not supposed to beat. It's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. And I think, and if anybody in the chat, any citizens out there, Mark Kamat, if you're out there, we love the Postcast stat updated thoroughly. We really do appreciate it. Big stats guys here. what's the Sens record against the Western Conference? And I know they just had a couple of wins against Dallas and Vegas, but what's their overall record? Because we know they're 0-11-0 on the road in the West with the time zone, but what are they at home? Because like I can think off the top of my head a bunch of losses at home to Western Conference teams. So like where are we at now? Well, I can tell you they're playing Western Conference teams in 3 of the next 4 games.
Yep.
And you can't have, like, in a sense, it's cool. You beat your division rivals. You beat the fan bases that we banter with the most online, the Detroits, the Montreals, the Torontos. But
yep.
I'd like to win more consistently across the board. Perry, that's not right. Oh, I'm sure Ling here. I think that seems right. It's not fact checked, but 3-23-6
against Western teams.
Yeah,
there's no way they've played 31 Western teams out of 58.
Yeah.
Half their games against Western Conference teams?
I don't know. Let me check. I'm going to do some math here.
Not that I'm not saying he's wrong, but that just seems like a lot. Maybe they got all the Western games up front this season, but
they beat San Jose. They beat Calgary. See, and they beat Dallas and Vegas. So does he have 4 wins? No, Ling, you're wrong. Sorry. Sorry. We'll wait till our fact checking crew gets on it. But right now, Pillsy, like, I'm kind of at a loss for words. Like when you lose the way that you do in this game, it's not like it was like a hard fought game right down to the wire, and then you know what, a lucky bounce or whatnot. No, they allowed a team on the second half of back-to-back to come into their building and dominate the first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Dominate.
But this, man, if they're able to capitalize with the goalie pulled, I think they got a good chance heading into overtime, but they're just not able to get it done. It just seems like Arizona should have been the ones that are running out of gas, but it was the Ottawa Senators that were running out of gas. Mind you, guys are leaving all over. And I saw in the chat, some people are saying, what happened to Shabby? I don't know what happened to Shabby either. He went to the room near the end of the game as well. So, I mean, how many times can this team lose and then add injury to insult? I know that's flipped. I've done that on purpose there. It's adding injury to insult and adding insult to injury. They're doing both of those.
And they're doing it pretty well. Say something nice about the Senators. They're doing a really good job.
Like, they're terrible.
They're doing a really good job of bothering the fan base. I'm bothered. I got some things to get off my chest, but first, allow me to tell you about the Glebe Central Pub. The Postcast is always brought to you by the Glebe Central Pub. You can find them right in the heart of the Glebe at 779 Bank Street. And when you do, let them know that Locked On Senators sent you. You can go get your wings. Wing night is on Monday. You can go see all the events that the Glebe Central Pub has online on their Instagram. They're updating it there. They let you know what's going on, the beers of the day, all this great stuff. The Central Station Band will be performing there tomorrow as well. So make sure you check them out at the Glebe Central Pub. The vibes are free at the GCP, and make sure to check out the Sens shuttle. Sens are on the road coming up, but there will be a shuttle March 12th, Tuesday, when the Penguins take on the Senators in Ottawa. So go check them out today, 779 Bank Street, and let them know that Locked On Senators sent you.
This episode is also brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel, the official online sportsbook of the Locked On Podcast Network. FanDuel is North America's #1 sportsbook. They're better than everybody else. You got to use FanDuel because right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. So you bet $5 on the Yotes to win tonight. Boom, that's $150 because your bet won. You can bet on all kinds of NBA games. They got quick bets, live same-game parlays, exclusive props, and more. We love checking FanDuel out every single day. They're the sportsbook that comes up with the most fun bets. Their Super Bowl bets are awesome. They got lots of great future bets if you're into that. You got to diversify your portfolio. You can't just be live betting games. You got to have some futures tucked away there for later. And you can do that all on FanDuel. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon. Shoot shot. FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA.
Welcome back to the Postcast. I'm Ross Levitan. That's Brandon Piller, and we have both shot our shots tonight at FanDuel and airballed the heck out of every single bet. I couldn't even hit an over shots on goal tonight, Pillsy. I got nothing. And now my account actually has $0 in it. It responsibly had about 115 going into tonight.
Yeah, this was I've been laying off for a couple nights, Ross, but I was feeling frisky about this one tonight, even though I knew in my head that the Sens would find a way to screw this up. I still ultimately had faith, and it hurts. It hurts.
In Zane Parik, we trust.
Dude, he just hit 30 goals. He's I believe, maybe fact check on me on this, but I believe he's the 7th defenseman ever in their draft year to hit 30 goals in the OHL. I'm all in on Zane Parik. If the Sens had second overall, I'm taking Zane Parik.
No way. That's how high you are on him?
I mean, this is so hyperbolic, and I've barely done any research, but as of now, that's the guy. I'm obsessed with him.
The highest that he is on any list is number 6 at Elite Prospects, number 9 Daily Faceoff.
It's fine.
He's so nasty.
The Sens never reach on players.
Yeah. 30. Hey, it's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life, but it's the same old team. Senators give up the first goal. They give up the second goal. And Emir here has it 7 wins against the Western Conference. And I see Locked On Wild is in the chat. Buddy, we're winning that game in Minnesota. I'm sorry. Pilsy and I are 12-1 with boots on the ground. Yes, that is true.
Yeah, our boots on the ground magic will get something done, thankfully.
Sens are going to go 2-0 in Winnipeg and Minnesota, and it's going to be all for nothing. Except good vibes. It'll be good.
Yeah, we need the vibes, man. If we I don't know what we're gonna do if both of those are losses.
You'll walk home.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Yeah.
No, you'll walk home though, will you?
Why do I have to walk home?
That's a good question. Oh man, it's a goofy one here tonight. We're just trying to make light of what was just an awful game. And Anthony wants a tankathon spin.
Oh,
Anthony,
we are spinning. That's the only thing we have to look forward to here.
Yeah, we smashed the panic button, and then what did they do the next game? They came out and snapped another team's. You killed the boys.
The panic button's broke.
I can't stop panicking. My goodness. It's worse than panic, though. At this point, it's just this team stinks. They suck.
It's just so, Ross, it's getting so hard to be a Sens fan and have that be a part of your personality, especially, Ross. I'm sure you get this, too, as a Sens podcaster. Everyone in my life, friends, family know I'm about the Sens. If the Sens are doing bad, I'm in a bad mood. So always they're checking in. They're like, oh, okay. Sorry. How are you doing? I know the Sens suck. I'm like, yeah, they always suck. This is how I'm always doing.
Dude,
this is who I am as a person now.
Michael Carcone opened the scoring.
Dude.
Michael Carcone.
Carcone.
Third liner from the Belleville Sens. Not even that long ago.
Yeah, it's crazy. But he's lighting it up.
He's sick. This is not slander to Michael Carcone.
No.
But when the TSN broadcast can be like, it's 1-0. Hey, don't you remember?
Look at his Belleville stats.
Him and Jordan Swartz. What a 1-2 punch on the PK. Brutal. Just brutal. And what else? I'm trying to go through my notes and if there's anything funny. Nothing really funny.
Well, no, there was. This was an entertaining game, Ross. That's
your guy. At least one of your highlighted players did something tonight.
Hey, Kubalik had one good one-timer. So good, Ross, that I put in my notes it was Tarasenko. And then after they were like, Kubalik with a nice one-timer, I was like, what? No, that was Tarasenko. And then I saw the highlights. I was like, oh, yeah, maybe that was Kubalik. Didn't know he actually was capable of that.
That's funny.
But I think probably the funniest part of this game, Ross, was Tim Stützle. He was, we'll get into this later in Sens Central standouts, but he was fired up today. There was some piss and vinegar on Tim Stutzle's schnitzel this morning because he got knocked down by Stetcher and immediately gloves off, let's go. And then obviously Brady's like, no, Timmy, you don't do that. And he jumps in on the pile there. But Timmy, hopefully we hear Timmy or see Timmy Ross in the post game because the bump on his face was massive. Like he was battling out there. I thought this was one of Timmy's most inspiring games all season.
Timmy did speak with the media. 1200 has posted it, so we will get you that if and when we can as soon as possible. I actually got to hear Jacques Martin right after. I still had the TSN feed on, and he sounded like a very stern father. But a lot of it, I think, was dictated. Look, we don't talk about the refs on this show. Credit to us. But what did you think about the refereeing in this game?
Why don't we ask Claude Giroux what he thought about the reffing this game? Because he was livid in the first period on that penalty on Ridley Gregg, which I don't blame him. It was a terrible call. And it's so unfortunate because it was a great play by Ridley. He gets the block, clears it, battles for the puck in the neutral zone, and gets a tripping penalty. If you look at the replay, and Giroux says it, he's like, the stick doesn't even trip him up. Like it was just, that was a call that shouldn't happen. That leads to the 5-on-3. They end up scoring on it and getting a lot of time on the power play. So that was a really tough one. And then it just seemed like they missed so many high sticking calls both ways. Like honestly, even the Sens, I think it was Barrett Hayton got one pretty good there and there was no call. So tough.
Well, yeah, the Ridley Gregg one you mentioned, like that, to make it a 5-on-3, like that's about as bad of a call as you can get.
Yeah, and then of course Arizona scores before any penalty expires. So
yeah, had you ever seen that before? Where it
doesn't happen very often.
The 4-minute penalty, the first half of it ends, so you score on a 5-on-3, and it's still a 5-on-3.
You get a 5-on-3, yeah.
Huh. You score on a 5-on-3, and you still get a 2-minute 5-on-3. Or no, you wouldn't, because then the penalty that's shorter would be the first one.
Yes.
That's off the board. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Miguel is saying once we get to 1,000 episodes, which is on March 12th, we transition to Locked On Belleville.
How about Locked On Allen Americans? I don't even, is that their name? Yeah, the Americans.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
It's
two Canadian guys covering the Allen Americans.
It's two more people than they have covering the Allen Americans right now.
Whoa.
Hey, side note, just while we're talking minor league, Angus Crookshank, Send Central bump, scored the lone goal tonight for Belleville, but was also named AHL Player of the Month.
Ooh, I mean, well deserved.
Not week, month.
Yeah, 17 points in 7 games, Ross. It's amazing.
That was awesome. I just let you have it.
If you're listening there.
I just let you have it. I loved it. I knew we were gonna get to it at the end, but I had to let you have it.
Yeah.
You want to do some Send Central standouts? Because I think people are more anxious for you to spin the wheel.
Positive Pillsy needs a wellness check. Like someone check in on that guy. He has not been around, and I think there extra deadbolt has been added to the door that he's locked in after this game.
Best part about tonight's game is I have men's league at midnight. I've never been so excited for an 11:10 local time men's league start.
Nice.
Than I am right now.
I'm glad you get some of that energy out. Hopefully it goes better than my game last night, 6-1.
Are we locked on our own beer league now? Yeah, that's what everyone wants to hear about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, what do you want to talk about the Ottawa Senators? Guys, hit us in the chat. I'm delusionally disappointed right now. What do you want to talk about? How about Dominic Kubalik? He's so great. He only is allowed to play on the power play because he's terrible on the man advantage. One shift in, and Jacques Martin is already telling him, buddy, you gotta make some sort of play on the puck there. And Kubalik's just like nodding along, like it's just not happening for him here. And then I don't understand, like, maybe Jacques Martin is trying to send a message to management, Ross, but Casti playing 2 minutes and 59 seconds.
Look at this. Kubalik played one shift in the third period. And it was on the power play.
That's the only time he's trusted there. And then Zach
But that
McEwen,
makes no sense. You have no feel or touch for the game.
Yeah. It's, well, I mean, he's had no feel or touch for the game in Ottawa this his entire season, so it's fair. But, and then you look at Zach McEwen, Ross, 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Now, obviously, he starts the game off taking a double minor. That's not great if you're a fourth liner that just got called up. But when you have two players that played less than 6 minutes total in a game.
He didn't play in the third period. He had 2 shifts in the second. DNP, it's like the NBA when the players just straight up don't see the court.
What is this, the SHL and their prospects? First round draft picks? Jeez.
You know, it's tough when I'm zoomed in pretty good here, and there's multiple players that you don't even have to scroll to see all their shifts.
Yeah, honestly.
Tough times. You know who had a great game tonight? We do actually have to get to because he actually had a sick game. Was Drake Batherson.
Yeah, okay, well, let's do it. Is that your first Sun Central standout presented by the Central Pub?
First? You think I got multiple? That is my only Sen Central standout in tonight's game. Presented by the Glebe Central Pub. Go check out the Glebe Central Pub.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's
so funny.
Yeah, I didn't even. That was
the first, not my first.
Drake Batherson, though, I'm with you, Ross. He gets a goal tonight. 7 shots on goal.
How many shot attempts?
On the broadcast, they were saying 19 shot attempts in the third period. So I'm not sure what he ended
not
up
in the
with,
third period.
No. By the point of the third period, yes.
No, I've got it here. He had 7 shots on goal. He had 4 attempts that didn't go and 6 missed. You probably don't want to have 6 missed shots.
But then plus those 7 shots that are on net, right?
Yeah. So that's 17. He had 17 shot attempts in 20 minutes and 53 seconds. Scored a goal. The guy's magic dancing in front of the net. He's shown his patience, his patented patience, and did that again, pulling it for forehand. And yeah, he was sick. Good luck. Your turn.
Well, you left me my guy, which I'm glad for, and he was a reason why Batherson was so good, and I'll get to that in a second. But this is why I know Batherson's a streaky guy. I know he's a consistent leader in the Masters green jacket standings in the minus category of the league. But he is on such a good contract, and if he's set up by the right players, he can be such a valuable asset. And if he's used properly on the power play, he's got such a good shot that he's so worthwhile to this team. So Batherson, although he's not an untouchable for me, he's next tier for me because that's good value for him. And the reason he was so good tonight, Ross, was because he was playing beside my Central standout, Tim Stützle. Like I mentioned, I thought that this was one of Timmy's most inspiring games all season. He was battling. He gets 2 assists there. He was doing a great job carrying the puck into the offensive zone. Most of the time, you're usually seeing just the bad chances he has. There was a lot of good ones in this one, so you love to see it. He was dishing it. A couple times he was trying to be too cute with it, but I'll take the good with the bad with the good with Timmy on this one. So it's nice to see Timmy's getting hot here, and that line with him and Batherson, particularly as a pair, I thought was the best duo all night for the Sens.
It certainly was, and I tweeted out because I'm watching obviously on Sportsnet now, so I have like this a 2-minute delay, something like that. And I tweeted out that, and as I refreshed Twitter, like it automatically refreshes when you tweet, and it said Batherson goal. I was like, all right, well, they're already on the ice. And sure enough, it was at the end of that long shift that Batherson got what ended up being the 3-2 goal before Pinto tied it at 3. So that was good. You know what? I do actually, like, jokes aside, I want to give one more shout out. Excuse me. I want to give a shout out to Artem Zub for coming back.
So you do have a second Sen Central standout.
No, I have a shout out.
Okay.
I have a shout out.
My bad.
To Artem Zub, because he smashed a couple of guys. He put Logan Cooley on his ass. And I like that Mike Johnson jumped in, former NHLer, and he's just like, look, I get why Arizona's like they see him go down kind of spinning like that, but that's a young player who you have to learn how to take a hit. You can't try to get out of the way because you're going to make it worse. And he was in the trolley tracks, and it's too little too late. Zub, smash, bang. Also, he had a couple of those.
check the game notes, bud. Like if you're coming down on Artem Zub, you got to be ready for that.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. All right, you got anything else? Because otherwise, Mark. No, we got a couple. It was our guy Michael Madden over in Aussie land, saying he missed the game. What happened to Brady? No update on Brady Tkachuk. We're vigorously searching for an update on Brady Tkachuk. Look, the Sens play again in less than 24 hours, so we're going to need an update on Brady Tkachuk pretty soon. One other thing I noticed, and of course, one of the stories of this game is the fact that Eunice Corpusalo pulled a Matt Murray. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying that, but he pulled a Matt Murray tonight, where he pulled the shoot hours before the game. Forsberg thinks he's starting tomorrow in Philly. Instead, he has to go in. And we saw some people tweeting out, and they were at the game, and I noticed this in the third period. He was slow to get up on a few plays where, like, he makes the save and the puck rims around the boards.
Shades of last season. Oh, my God. Mads and Mando tandem.
I mean, Craig, let's do it.
Wouldn't be the worst thing, honestly.
At this point, what's there to lose?
Yeah.
The Senators have the dead last save percentage in the National Hockey League this year.
Yeah, and I think it was saves above average they were showing. Corpy 51 out of 51, and Forsey was like 42 out of 51 or 46 or something like.
Now, don't get me wrong, this was not a goaltending loss tonight. Like, they didn't lose because of Forsberg tonight.
No,
he wasn't great. He also had like a 850.
Yeah, less sub 900 for sure, but
862. So right on average for the Sens season.
Yeah, honestly.
But at 5-on-5, he was good. And like he kept them in it before when it was a 1-goal game, he was the guy who made that save on a 2-on-0 breakaway shorthanded in the third period. And not only that, when it was 3-1, when Ottawa had the momentum, he made a sick post-to-post one-timer save on Lawson Krause. So like he had his moments in this game. But at the same time.
And you got to give the guy a little bit of leash when you're coming in.
Yeah.
After a Matt Murray move gets pulled on you. Like, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, and what'd you think of... Anyways, we don't...
Although we don't know what's up with Corpy, so I don't want to, like, make it seem
he's
like
illness. He's sick.
Well, yeah, that could be. I'm not...
Right. I get what you're saying. It's more... Yeah. It's just turn of phrase. We're just more chirping the situation with Matt Murray.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mostly wanted to say. I'm not saying Corpy ducked out of this one.
No. I don't think he did. But... all in all, you can chalk it up as a 5-3 loss to the Arizona Coyotes. I mean, you have to laugh so you don't cry.
But Ross, this is the thing. Like, okay, there's a cycle when, like, terrible things are happening. It's like, damn, that sucks for them. And then it's like, oh, this really sucks. Oh, this is so bad, it's funny. This is so bad, it's not funny anymore. This is so bad, you don't even get sympathy anymore. It's just so bad that everyone else around the league, like, I wonder how many fan bases bet on the Arizona Coyotes tonight that are just like, oh, they're playing the Sens. They're going to snap the losing streak. Like, it's just, it's tough. Like, let's go no Sens logo moving forward here because it's embarrassing.
Really?
Let's get that jersey out of there. There we go.
No.
Sad. My jersey's chucked on the couch here. I don't put the jersey on at home a lot, Ross, but I was like, I got to do everything I can here. And I put the jersey on and did me no good.
Yeah. Oh, man, I feel for you, buddy. Feel for me too.
Sympathy. Yeah.
Arizona's still ahead of Ottawa in the Tankathon. They're tied in points, but Ottawa has 2 losses in hand. Sorry, Freudian slip. 2 games in hand as of now. Yeah. Look at this. Now, what I will say is the Western Conference is a joke this year. 1, 2, 3 in the Tankathon at the end of the season will be those 3 teams.
2 of 3 of those teams have beaten the Sens this year.
And the other one might beat them next Saturday night.
And then Columbus beat them. Arizona beat them twice.
Then what?
The Flyers beat them.
All right. Let's see. My spin. Buffalo moves up to 2nd. Chicago drafts 1st. Everyone else moves down 1 spot, including Ottawa at 7.
That's so much.
Pillsy, this one's for you, buddy.
Hit me. Oh, come on.
Whatever. Arizona could draft top 3 for
That's
the rest
fine.
of their franchise.
Yeah.
They'll just beat Ottawa and do nothing else.
Yeah, that's
Ottawa stays at second. Now the Citizens.
Citizens, come on, guys. Citizens.
No, that's the worst. Columbus first, Montreal second, Ottawa down to 7th. Now let's just see, just for fun. Oh, our guy Seth in the chat. Make sure you go.
There we go. That's
Wild.
huge. You know, there's probably no one in the league that needs and maybe deserves it more. Oh, there we go. Oh, with Arizona picking second. Love that. But the Wild, if they got a huge draft pick in the lottery, that would be massive for a team that has a gazillion dollars in dead cap space. So that would be huge. But that's poetic justice right there. Suck on that one, Yotes. We get the last laugh here. Ross and I will be spraying champagne in the Sphere in Vegas for this draft selection.
Oh, buddy. That's the dream right there. Because the other dreams, it's all dead, man.
What are dreams?
I'm excited for the trade deadline, though. I will say that. Like,
Why?
does this?
Why are you excited?
Final note for me, and I think I know where you're going to answer this, but does the last, not even just the last 3 games, really since the Anaheim and the Chicago loss, do you think that impacts how Steve Staios is going to handle the deadline?
It shouldn't. You gotta have more composure. Yeah, you gotta.
It's too calm.
Yeah, I really do think, Ross, we're gonna have to suffer. Misery loves company, so thanks to everyone. 225 in the chat.
Amazing.
We're gonna have to suffer together. We're gonna have to find ways to work through this. And then there's going to be a big trade in the offseason. And then the cycle will start. Sens fans will get hyped. The hype will be awesome. They'll win the home opener. They'll win a couple games to start the season.
They won't win.
November, they're done. And
they won't win the home opener. They'll dominate the home opener.
Okay. I thought you were about to say they're going to lose the home opener.
No,
I would have been so upset.
They'll dominate it. They haven't just won the home opener. Yeah, they held on against Toronto. It was 3-0, 3-2. They end up winning. But the last 2 home openers, 7-5 against Boston, but it was never in doubt.
Yeah, the 7, that was, I think
they led the whole game.
Might be the home opener that takes the cake for me. That was so awesome.
That was so awesome.
7-5. Right. Although this home opener was great as well. Yeah,
this was great. But I almost had more fun the next night. The next night where Brady had the 2 goals.
Tampa.
And it's a divisional game, and we're like, we have to beat Tampa because Vasilevsky's out.
Yeah.
Simpler times.
Yeah, the home opener is the best. For people in the chat that have never been to a home opener, you must go. Because we're Sens fans. The only time you have hope in the season is at the start of the season. So soak it in. Get those vibes while you can.
The one thing I'll say is Steve Staios is not changing anything of how he does business based on how this team's performing.
No.
And that's what I appreciate about him. In a way.
I was going to say, I feel like you don't appreciate that.
In a way I do, in a way I don't. Because I know that they're not going to go window shopping for the shiniest toy that might have the batteries out, or maybe it's a toy that you have at home. Maybe you have a PS3 and an Xbox, but then the new Xbox comes out. You have to have that too. It's like you can only play one console at a time. But Dorian would just be like, no, it's shiny. I need this. Whereas Staios is like, hey, I've got these consoles. Why don't I get a new TV? Why don't I get a nice new snack bowl? You know, he's going to bring everything together. I hope. Because the rebuild is over one way or another. Like this is the build.
No, the rebuild is over. There's a difference between rebuilding and just sucking. And this team just sucks.
Yeah, but like there has to be moves that you can make. Like the Sens are going to have to make a hockey trade here sooner rather than later.
But Ross, like the guy that they've been rumored to and have been linked most closely to was Chris Tanev.
And
he's like, nah, dog, I'm good.
Yeah. He told the GM in Calgary, goes, please send me somewhere that has a chance to win. Ottawa's off the list. We're off the list.
Yeah. That's an easy scratch that one off.
Dude.
Like why honestly, it sucks because Ottawa went for so long being a team. You can't get free agents. Guys don't want to sign there, etc. And then there's a small window where that changed. They were getting free agents. Guys were signing long-term deals. And now we're right back to it where it's like, if you're a veteran player, you're not like no one's choosing to come to Ottawa. Why would you? Honestly.
Gotham
Now
Collection
there should be reasons why you would want to be here, but those reasons, they don't matter.
Easy money bet tomorrow if Sens get a lead. I'm responsibly empty in my account after tonight. When's the last time the Sens had a lead? It must have been the Stars game because they only won in a shootout against Vegas. They were never winning that game.
Yeah.
Or were they up 3-2? Yeah, they were. Vegas tied it late.
True.
Ottawa did have a lead in that game. We should know that, dude. Cover this team every freaking day. All right, any final thoughts from you? We're going to do this all over again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, Sens are 1-0 in Philly this year. What are the moms up to? We need the moms back in Philly.
They should just run the moms trip back. Like, how awesome would that be? The moms get to go to California. Although, no. Mom's trip heading into trade deadline is a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
One of the highlights of this season was Ian Mendes in the mom's box. Like, remember that visual on TV?
Yeah.
Dude, he's just there. He's just there.
Like,
hey, that's Ian Mendes.
Who's he the mother of on this team?
He's all of our fathers, though. Let's be honest. He's the guy who, like, steady goes the ship. Uncle Ian.
It's true. It's true.
Hey, speaking
Ian's
of
best.
Sens media, dude, Bruce Garriock, full country tonight. Amazing.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, dude, he had the cowboy hat on. Here, I'll pull it up.
I love it.
I'll pull it up. I got a ton of screenshots.
Honorable mention from the mom's trip, too. I think this is my favorite moment when the moms were doing that circle dance to ABBA and Zub is just trying to do his crunches. And then he realizes he's a part of a viral video. And he's like, no, I'm not. This is not my vibe. I'm trying to get a couple crunches in. And he just pieces out. That was a funny one, too.
Big country.
Yeah, Bruce.
Big country Bruce. And you know what he
should have worn the bolo tie for a guy that never wears traditional ties. Country night, bolo tie. Come on, Bruce.
Dude, you know what else Bruce says? This guy's so funny. They're like, what else could happen at trade deadline? And Bruce goes, after that period, I'd trade everybody.
Good. I mean, holy crap.
I love it, man. Bruce is hilarious. Good guy, man. He's a good guy. He means well. He's awesome. Oh man. Okay. I hope we provided a few laughs tonight. That's what you need to do in these situations.
I feel like, Ross, I coined this term, and I think this is going to be on brand and stick. Maybe this is stop trying to make fetch happen, Pillsy. Fetch isn't going to happen, but delusionally disappointed is I just feel like that really clicks right now for me because I've been disappointed. I've been a Sens fan. I know disappointment. It's kind of my default. It's my ground. It's my usual spot. But I'm delusionally disappointed because, Ross, if I was just disappointed, I would know that the Ottawa Senators were going to lose this game. And I feel like I did know they were going to lose this game. But then my stupid elite Sens brain had hope and allowed me to get excited. And I was starting to feel good again. And this team just tore me down again.
Thurston, I'm not opening that bag of worms. Just a bunch of bull. Hey, they got to do it again tomorrow. I don't know if you know that. They got to play Philly tomorrow.
That's not going to go well. And that, again, I've said this a million times. That's a team they should beat, a roster they should beat.
Yeah.
And they won't do it. They can't do it. They don't want to do it. They want us to suffer. I'm convinced.
This was Eventcast from Locked On Senators. Look at that. You know what's kind of funny and ironic, and I'll share a little behind the scenes with the good citizens out here.
Oh,
Ottawa, we always keep this template, and then I just plug in the teams, right? Pretty straightforward. Nashville was the home team in the last game, and we know how that game went. Nashville got a 4-1 win over Ottawa. I didn't have to change the shots on goal or the power play. Nashville had 37 shots against Ottawa and went 1 for 3 on the power play, and they were able to win 4-1. Ottawa loses 5-3.
Yeah, they're consistent.
Yeah. They're consistent. You know what? Ventcast, it's all about the people. Palmface asked how my playing style in Div 3 Dakota League, Manitoba Men's League Hockey.
Nice.
I had a first period hat trick last game. Just saying.
Hell yeah.
Is my play style closer to Jim O'Brien, or is he talking Liam O'Brien?
I think he's talking Liam O'Brien.
Probably neither. Like closer to probably Liam O'Brien. I think Liam O'Brien would be a really good Division 3 Dakota League adult hockey league player.
I think so too.
Yeah. I'm more of a Dominic Kubalik out there. Honestly, if I'm not scoring, I'm not doing a whole lot, but the puck finds me.
I'm Dominic Kubalik out there on the ice. Yeah.
Do you think we're going to have to see this guy play after the trade deadline?
No, they have to just Mikhail Bodker him and sit him. There's no way.
Would you attach a pick to move him? Like a 6th? Be like Dominic Kubalik and a 6th for a 7th?
No, you can't. You can't. Although I'd be tempted to.
So...
Jacques Martin would storm up to Steve Stamkos's office and be like, dude, if Kubalik and Casti have to play out the rest of the season, I think Jacques Martin might be like, hey, remember that position you had in mind for me next season? I'm out.
Oh, Casti also only played 1 shift in the third period. 34 seconds.
He played less than 3 minutes.
I'm pretty sure that, I mean, it's a couple things. When you go behind, you obviously want to do things to get yourself an opportunity.
3 minutes, dude.
Wait. I'm looking at everybody here, and how, like, the sense they had guys play a ridiculous amount of time on ice then up front because somebody had to play. You can't have a forward play under 6 minutes in Kubalik, play under 3 minutes in Kastelik, and 2:42 with McEwen. Parker Kelly, 12:21-2. So he's the guy who got elevated from that bottom 6.
I thought he played well, though. Like, obviously, -2 doesn't look nice on the stat sheet there, but I thought he had a decent game.
Yeah, I guess. He was all right. Like, there's also, it's not his fault per se, but he was trying to go back at Sean Dursey behind the other net when they were already shorthanded, and they come the other way and score the dagger.
And he went for a change on that. So that's tough. But
that's tough. Hey, he still ate the minus, though.
Yeah, true. Damn, gotta get off faster.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the funniest part of tonight, and now
something's wrong. Please try again.
Yeah, something is wrong, Siri.
Something is wrong. Oh my god.
But I have to say, the funniest thing ever is when I tweet things like this, and people actually reply to me saying, "Dude, it's been over. Like, you don't know that." Like,
oh, we know.
You think?
We know.
People are asking me like I'm just realizing it in this moment at 6:44 Central Time on March 1st.
Season's been over.
And Andrew's right. Parker Kelly wouldn't have got a minus there as a power play goal.
Oh, word.
I get a minus there. -1.
Dash.
Let's see if we can hear from Jacques. If not, I think we just got to close the book on this game.
Yeah, I'm going to say something I regret, I feel like.
Oh, we do have the audio starting to come out here, the player audio, and here we are, of course. Do you want to hear from Timmy first? I feel like you want to hear from Timmy.
I just want to see Timmy. Like, he's got to be in that bruise has got to be swelling at this point.
It's a strange angle we're about to get on Timmy, but we will get you Tim Stützle post game after the Senators lose to the Arizona Coyotes 5-3.
Your group, could you kind of just take us through your collective mindset here for this week?
Yeah, I mean, we went down 3-0 early and fought all the way back, and then took a penalty and they scored in power play.
How would you characterize your third period? Because like you said, you guys bounced back. You erase that deficit? How did you see the third period?
Yeah, I guess not good enough. I mean, if you're down a goal, probably got to create a little bit more there, but that's what it is right now. And yeah, we just got to keep working, get better.
Shaw commented on the fact that he didn't feel everyone was ready to play right from the start. How do you attribute that kind of slow start again?
Yeah, I mean, we went on the 5-on-3 there pretty early, and there's some good players over there, so they made some good plays, and yeah, that's it.
You don't often drop your gloves, and can you take us through what was going through in that battle in the boards there?
I mean, cross-check me right from behind. I go head first in the boards, and yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
You head out on the road.
Fair.
What has to happen in these next 4 games for you guys?
Yeah, gotta try and win them all. Be ready from the start, and yeah, I mean, we played some good hockey before that, and now we haven't really played good, so we just got to get back to playing the way we play. Maybe, yeah, stop icing that many pucks and try and put more tape-to-tape passes, all of us together.
That was noticeable during that game. They were icing the puck a ton, and it didn't help.
This team ices the puck more than anyone in the league, and I've been taking note. I swear, Ross, they ice the puck in the first minute almost every game. And there was one play where Forsey's got to stop playing the puck. Like, you just can't do it, and he's obsessed with doing it. He's terrible at it. Same with Corpy.
Corpy might be worse at playing the puck.
They're both terrible at that. But Forsey had the puck on his stick, and I think Shabbat was right there, and Shabbat's like, no, like, let me have it. Let me have it. And Forsey's like, no, I got it. And he just ices the puck. You can't be doing that when you
can't be doing it.
Sucks as bad as the Sens.
Let's hear from Uncle Jacques after tonight's game.
Would a game like this kind of leave you speechless? Is this hard to explain what you saw here tonight?
Well, just I think the beginning of the game we got to be better, but
Pause. How about Jacques scratching his head with his Stanley Cup ring at the start of the first question?
Nice.
Hey, I want to hear run back this question from Gord Wilson. You get some flack for not always asking the tough questions. I like this one.
Would a game like this kind of leave you speechless? Is this hard to explain what you saw here tonight?
Well, just I think the beginning of the game we got to be better, but special team, they got 2 power play goals. I thought there was some calls that are questionable. We didn't get any calls. I thought there was a difference in the game. I thought we worked hard, and but we got to be ready at the start. And we had some guys that weren't ready to play.
What about your effort in the third? And you had such a good second
Kubalik
by the game, and it just seemed like you weren't able to carry the momentum over into the last period.
Well, I thought we had some chances. They got the power play. They got the power play goal. It was tied after the second. I think we were short manpower. We lost some guys, so I thought the guys worked hard. It's just that we need to have a better start, and we need to have 20 guys ready to go to war.
Brady wasn't available at the end there. Any update on him?
No update, no.
What were you hoping to accomplish? I think call the timeout. You're able to pull your goalie. You kind of get the design of play there. What were you kind of?
Yeah, we're trying to just have a setup play and just then execute, and they got the puck down and then got the goal.
And can you just maybe walk us through the goaltending stuff, obviously before the game, and just when that came to attention?
Yeah, just before the game, Corpusalo got sick, so he couldn't play, and we had to go with Forsberg.
Now, did Corpusalo stay in the building?
Yeah, he stayed in the building, but I mean, he couldn't play, like he was sick. So.
Will it be good to go tomorrow as a backup?
I don't know.
Ça, c'est tout pour Monsieur Jacques. Si vous voulez entendre en français, vous pouvez aller au Twitter du Sénateur. How'd I do there, Pels?
C'est bon.
C'est bon? C'est ça?
Yeah, I do like the chat was saying, like, does a game like that leave you speechless? He's just like, yeah. Interview's over, just walks off. Like, that's what he should have done. That's what Torts would have done.
Oh, yeah. Man, Jacques, he just looks like he's at the end of his wick with this group. He's probably up in Steve Stamkos's office being like, can't win with him. Can't work with him. What? That's from some NFL speech, I think. Can't win with him.
And he's just like, I'm an interim coach.
Mike Singletary.
And this is too much for me. Like, I don't even have a full season on my contract, and I can't handle that. Like, this has got to be stressing him out. Like, I know he's got, like, nothing to really lose here, and he's just kind of, I feel like he's more doing the team a favor more than anything, but, like, he's got to be like, I did not sign up for this.
Well, he's going to be a part of this group moving forward. He's going to be in a management role.
Does he want to be?
Yeah, definitely. Who doesn't want to be part of the Ottawa Senators?
Chris Tanev.
I do. We got a no trade clause. We're staying.
I don't know. I might get sent down to Belleville and take the pay cut.
Oh, hey, if they make playoffs, we're postcasting. We did it last year for playoffs. We went 0-2.
Year before.
Oh, it was last year. They went 0-2.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Read that. That's a perfect comment to read it off.
Jacques getting his community hours coaching this team.
It's volunteer work.
Honestly.
Pillsy, wrap it up for me here. What's your final thought?
My final thought is I'm so sorry all of you chose to be Senators fans along with Ross and I. The suffering will not end. It's going to continue.
It was 2 years ago. Belleville didn't make playoffs last year.
That's what I told you that. Yeah, so sorry you guys are Sens fans along with us, but misery loves company. I don't know what we would do if we just had to cover this team on our own. The Sens community, best out there.
Best in class.
Team, worst in class. Garbage. Pathetic. They just lost to a team that lost 14 straight games and did not win a hockey game in an entire month.
Yeah, shortest month.
Your Ottawa Senators.
That's Brandon Piller. I'm Ross Levitan. Let's get some no Sens no in the chat. We really do appreciate everybody for riding with us. We're like, hey, let's just off the glass and out this postcast. We didn't know how many people would even show up after that gong show on a Friday night. And here we are an hour later, still here with the citizens, because you guys bring the energy, you guys bring enthusiasm, and we truly do appreciate you guys. Let's do it again tomorrow. How about that? For tonight, though, we say goodbye. Thank you so much for being a citizen. Better days are ahead. Hey, Pills?
How many times have we hit rock bottom?
Pills, better days are ahead. I still have this tab open.
True. Send that to Gary right now. Just fire that off, Ross.
Yeah, I will. I did like this line from Ryan Reeves, though. He goes, I haven't gotten the script for tomorrow's game yet. When they were asked if Rempe was going to fight Reeves, Reeves goes, yeah, I haven't gotten the script yet. Well, Gary, here's the script. All right, let's get out of here. That's Brandon Piller. I'm Ross Levitan. This has been another edition of the Postcast presented by the Locked On Senators podcast and the Glebe Central Pub. Look, I think you guys deserve danger flutes, but instead you get this. We're a part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.